You guys, being pretty is great, but it is only when you start opening your mouth that cards are really being played. When you start talking, this is when you are either being seen as being more attractive, or this is the moment all your attractiveness is gone. And this is why today I'm going to share with you how you can change your mindset in such a way that you become more attractive and interesting. So hi guys, welcome back. I'm Eléonora and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's start. I was talking to a friend not that long ago on the phone, and we were talking about our projects and our goals and so on. And when I started talking about mine, she started sharing all her fears with me, all the reasons why I should be careful, all the reasons why. And at some point I just didn't want to take it on me, and I just told her, hey, stop. Those are your charges, not mine. Your fears are your charges, not mine. I'm not taking them on me. And this is what I want you to realize. Each person has an idea of how much they think they can achieve in their life. Some people have small goals, other people have bigger goals. When you are one of those that really trust that you can do a lot, and you are around people who do not have that, well, you might be affected by them. Every person around you is affecting you, whether you want it or not. Everything you listen to is affecting you, whether you want it or not. This is how you make their doubts yours, and you cannot do that. Every time you are around people and they tell you all the reasons why you can't, why you should stop, they tell you all those things, you have to look at them and you have to say, those are your charges, not mine. I know what I am capable of. I have an idea of my own potential. I trust that I can do it. You do not have to trust in my place. You have to think to yourself, I will not let it get to me. This mindset says, I will not let any person or any circumstance get to my emotions. Everything that has the power to get to your emotions is controlling you, and you cannot become who you want to be or go where you want to go if you are controlled by something outside of yourself. If you are being controlled by another person, and you can be controlled by another person without even being aware you are. An example of that is when you try to make him regret you. You are now being controlled by his perception about you. Someone knowing your weakness and you actually allowing it to get to you. You are being controlled right there. Real strength and power comes from you getting to a point where every person in this world can do whatever they want to do. They can try to get to you in any way they want. The world can be crushing down, but no one can get to your emotions. You have created a home within you that nobody can disturb. People could come together and create a movement against you. It does not get to you. You are very calm. So I do not allow myself to complain. Whenever I catch myself complaining about a circumstance, let me give you an example. I've always lived in very calm places where I never heard cars. Now I moved in the city and now I hear cars. I value my quiet time so much, and when I hear all these cars passing by, it really gets to me. But that's not good. Like, I do not want that to happen, because if my emotions can be touched by how many cars are driving, well, that means that those cars have to disappear in order for me to feel good, and I do not want that to be the case. So what I do is I train my mind to always find a reason as to why I cannot complain. I hear cars and I want to complain. You know what? Okay, find a reason right now as to why I cannot complain. Okay, well, there are a lot of people right now sleeping outside next to cars, and they would dream of being able to complain about hearing a car, and I'm here complaining because I'm hearing a car. That changes my mindset. When a person tries to trigger me, instead of letting that get to me, you know what? Well, let's just have compassion instead. And when you have compassion for them, they cannot get to your emotions. And real power comes from you actually being able to not react, and you staying very centered no matter what is happening around you. No matter what people are saying about you, you are so grounded within who you are in such a way that it doesn't matter what they might say about you. Winning is an internal feeling. Winning really happens within yourself when nobody is watching, when nobody is hearing. It is you, between you, how you feel on a daily basis. People can have a feed of you simply by thinking about you. This is why you do not have to try hard, but you have to become without anyone needing to see it. That's the paradox. People are so focused into coming across a certain way, appearing to be a certain way, using social media to make other people believe they are living a certain way. I know that nobody has the power to get to my emotions, and I know know that I always get what I want to get, and I always feel the way I want to feel because I work for it. All the rest is detail. I do not care about anything else. The funny thing is that once you start feeling this way, other people can sense that from you, and other people start being drawn to you. That other people tell you you're great, or other people telling you you're not that great. It does not mean anything. Like, it doesn't matter. You have to walk in every situation with the mindset of I have nothing to lose. You do not say that, but you are owning that. You cannot enter in a relationship and being afraid of losing that person, because if that's the case, you already lost. You cannot start a deal and being afraid of losing that deal, because you already lost. The person who is not afraid of losing anything is the one who wins everything. You have to work towards bringing yourself in that position where you are not afraid of losing anything. In other words, you have to practice the art of detachment. The formula into you getting detached is very simple. First, abundance. You have to be so connected to your source that everything you need, you know it is always being provided for you. You want more love, you always get access to that love, and that can never stop. It is an unlimited source without needing anyone around you. And the only way you get access to that abundance is by connecting to your higher self. I call it God, but for you it can be life, the universe, whatever you resonate the most with. Well, when you are connected to that and you have a very strong relationship with that, you are in a very strong position. Now, next to abundance, you have a vision. You need to know who you want to be. You have to have an idea of where you want to go in life, what type of people you want to have around you, what type of money you want to make. And the more detailed that vision, the more powerful you will become, the more drive you will have. Now, the secret sauce that will really make the difference, you actually know with certainty that it is going to happen. Now, faith is seen in the actions and not in the words, meaning that I can be telling you anything I want here, but if I do not wake up every single morning and I do not work towards my vision, well, those are only empty words. It is really your faith that your vision is going to happen that gives you the strength to stay detached from everything and everyone. It gives you the power to do the things that nobody wants to do. It's an obsession. It's like you know it's going to happen. It is like I know it with my entire heart and soul, and it is being seen in your actions. People who know that their vision is going to happen are those who wake up in the morning, they take action, they are walking their talk, they are going at the gym, they are learning their skills, they are starting their business. If they fail, they start again. If they are tired, they do it anyway. They have an obsession. It's not so much about winning, but it is them having that conviction that they are going to get to where they want to be. When you have abundance in your life, when you have a vision in your life, and when you have faith that your vision will happen, well, nobody can stop you. And you walk in every room with the attitude of I have nothing to lose, because you don't have anything to lose. And when you have that, well, you are not wondering how to make someone regret you, how to make someone be obsessed with you. This is the worst use of your time. The reason why I'm sharing that is because I've had people asking me, how do I make someone regret me? How do I make him be obsessed with me? And so on and so on. And the truth is, as long as you're wondering how to do that, you cannot do it. That's the truth. I'm sorry, but as long as you're wondering how to make him anything, you are being an extra in his life. You cannot be the main character of your own life and an extra in someone else's life at the same time. At some point you have to choose. Do you want to keep wondering how to change someone else's mind about you, or do you want to go all the way in for you and let your own movie speak so loud that the other person will hear back from you, but that's no longer your problem? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. For as long as you wonder these type of questions, you are losing and they are winning. If you ask me, how do you make someone regret you or obsessed with you? I cannot answer that question because it is not even a question in my mind. To me, if I have allowed someone in my life and that person has done me wrong, you know what? I have given you so much of myself and you betrayed me. Well, it's on you. You just lost the best thing that ever happened to you. Now I'm gone. I'm moving forward and I'm never looking back. And to me right now, you have never existed. Like, my neighbor is less of a stranger than that person. Not only am I gonna say that, I'm going to train myself into making that my truth. And I'm never going to let a person who has betrayed me take space in my mind. I do not allow that. You are the only one who has control over your mind. Nobody can get into your mind and choose what you decide to focus on in your place. Even if it burns, I do not care what I have to go through. I will keep choosing me. You have to tell yourself, I will be the first one. When I was in my last grade in high school, I remember we were all graduating. One of the exercises the teacher asked us to do is to write down what type of job you want to do and how much you want to make. I was all the way in the back, so I would always sit behind because I wanted to, for me, focusing at school was very hard. So I would always take my books and my notebooks and I would just do my own thing during class. And I remember she asked us all to take a pen and a paper and to write down the amount that we want to make each month. We all wrote down our number. When the first person spoke their number out loud, I looked at mine and I thought, ooh, there is a huge difference here. Then the second person, same thing. Third person, same thing. And I started looking at my number like, what is going on here? Why is it that my number is 50 times more than their number? And the more people would give their number, the smaller I was making my number. I had already made my number so small by the time it was my turn. And then I said my number out loud. You guys, everybody started laughing. Everybody started laughing and they all said, who does she think she is? She's crazy to think that she can make that amount one day. You guys, you know what's funny about this story? The amount that I wrote down on the paper is for me today the easiest thing to achieve. But you know what? When they all started laughing and they all started saying she's crazy, I just didn't say anything. I kept my head up, chest out, and I thought to myself, well, I will be the first one. And I have done that my entire life, whether that is with my family, with the friends that I had, with the boyfriends I had. Every time I had something in my mind, they would look at me and I was always there like, I will be the first one. And for many things that I said to myself, I have been the first one. Now, the thing here that I want you to keep in mind is that I was not the first one, but I was the first one in the environment I was in back then. When you are trying to upgrade yourself, you are vibrating on a certain frequency. You attract who you are. This is why you have these people around you. This is why when you want more, it is very natural and very normal that for them it seems to be impossible because nobody has done it before. But then you start upgrading and you start surrounding yourself with people for who it is very natural to make that amount of money or to be who you want to be. Making yourself smaller to fit into their perception, you cannot do that. But you have to tell yourself, every time I say something and they make me feel like I cannot do it, I will be the first one. People are always seeking for the first person who has done it before them. But if you are the person who is not afraid of being the first one, well, you stand out. You stand out because everybody is afraid of being the first one. Everybody is afraid of failing at something. You do not care about failing because for you, the concept of failing does not exist. It is like, I'm going to try and I'm going to try again. And if it doesn't work out, I'm going to try something else. For you, it's not so much about, I do not want to fail. That's part of the process, but it is much more so of you knowing that you will get there. And even if nobody has done it before you, well, you will be the first one. If you grow up in an environment where there was only toxicity and abuse and nobody has never been able to get themselves out of it, well, you will be the first one. If you are in a relationship with a man who tells you why you cannot be all that you want to be, well, you change your boyfriend and you tell him, I will be the first one. If you want to be successful at what you want to do, but never ever has a woman done it before you, well, you will be the first one. When you have that mindset of I am going to be the first one, nothing can hold you back from you becoming who you want to be. You are literally an eagle amongst chickens trying to explain them why you can fly and they can't. That's what it is. I will teach myself. There is nothing in this world that you really want to, but you cannot teach yourself. When you have the I will teach myself mentality and your I wish turns into until, how am I going to teach myself? I only surround myself with people who are smarter than I am. Because of that, there are a lot of times when I'm around people where they talk about things that I have no idea what they're talking about. I just pretend I understand everything and I make notes in my mind and then I come back home and I write down everything that I have to learn about. I refuse to not know. There are people out there who were not allowed to go to school, started learning how to write and read at the age of 50. There is no excuse. You can teach yourself everything you want. It is like people who become who they want to become are people who do not give themselves a choice but learning. They are resourceful. They jump into the situation and they learn how to swim in the water. They don't give themselves a choice. And to be honest with you, I have been like that since I was a little child. Now you really understand that you can teach yourself anything you want and your life changes. I promise you guys, and that's all I want for you. So you guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please help me grow this channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts with me. I am going to see you very, very soon. Bye.